Hello and welcome to some more Star Citizen news. Idris! The Idris is coming to 3.9, and we'll talk about that in a second, but also I want to do a quick summary of what's been going on this week. So, roadmap updates. There are various features coming to Alpha 3.9, the next major patch, which is going to be live, or at least planned to, at the end of March 2020, which is around a month away. So, there are some features that are not shown on the roadmap, and CIG have talked about three of them. I'll start with the most hype one. The Idris frigate is in Alpha 3.9. It is an NPC one as part of the Miles Eckhart Arlington bounty chain of missions, and those missions are technically already in-game, just the last one isn't the Idris one, which it will be once that patch goes live. So that's supposed to have that last mission having you go up against an Idris, and the shields on an Idris are pretty huge health-wise and have a lot of regen, so you're going to need a sizable group to take that one on, or at least unless you bug it or the AI's too derpy. We'll have to wait and see. But are we going to be able to board the ship, capture the ship, glitch into the Idris? If there is an interior, then I would expect there'll be lots of shenanigans to be had, people running around and doing silly things on that Idris. So I would expect the seats and stations to be locked out in 3.9, so even if you can board it somehow, you're unlikely to be riding it around in the verse in 3.9 yourself. However, I'm hoping people can prove me wrong with that. Does this mean that the Idris is close to release for players to use? Well, it's certainly closer, but a single Idris at a time for a mission is different from players being able to spawn in the ship themselves over a server, because you'd have loads and loads and dozens of them, and really, when you have a ship this large that needs a lot of sort of attention from players manning different stations, you could really have a whole server's worth of people with current server limitations on one and still want more crew on board. So it's an interesting one. I am very much looking forward to it, even as an AI combatant though. Server meshing might be a better place to release this mighty ship to players to have it actually in their hands, because they sort of like need that next level to really make that ship viable. But we certainly could see it in theatres of war or some other settings as well, and if they want to release other big AI ships for us to fight, that's pretty cool as well. I mean, just imagine Vandal Swarm with some of the large Vandal capital ships in there as well. Pirate Storm against an Idris. I mean, that's pretty cool as well, to be honest. But this is very hype for me, whatever, and it will be the biggest ship in-game when it goes live. Also, for 3.9, there is a prison transport mission from Twitch Pacheco, The Price of Freedom. This will have you assaulting a convoy with a disabled Caterpillar prison transport ship there. Then you board that ship, take out the guards, use data pads to determine what prison pods to open. You may be also tasked with taking out one of those prisoners as well as a bonus mission. Lastly, something not on the roadmap that CIG have confirmed for 3.9 is volatile and perishable cargo. This will introduce additional challenges when trading and transferring some commodities in the verse. So this could see timed cargo before it's worthless or dangerous, timed missions, very specific areas for cargo to be sold in. If you take damage, that could damage your cargo, and this could lead to a lot more risk and reward, and potentially big sort of rewards if you are willing to be very risky. Some less hype and fun news. FPS combat behavior V2 for AI and Eddie Parr, the new mission giver, have been temporarily removed from the roadmap as they require a bit more work and other tasks are taking priority at the moment. There was a Tavaran Prowler teaser of the jump seats where some of your boarding party will be deployed from if you own a Prowler. The ship was pushed back from 3.8 to 3.9 and will be the first Tavaran ship we have in-game when it goes live at the end of March. In Star Citizen Live, Painting Planets, they showed sort of like some of their powerful tools that they have for creating planets and biomes, and at this stage they can rapidly generate high detail worlds, weather, varying biomes, water, poles. They're all part of that, and they can be changed with a couple of clicks. Really cool stuff there. Slightly older news, 3.8.2 is out to live now. The Carrack and long-term persistence are with that as well. The Carrack is on sale, and you can grab a very expensive $25 expedition skin for it as well, or upgrade it to having the C8X, the Expedition Pisces variant as well. A lot of people are talking about those sort of expedition skins for the Carrack. It's an interesting one, but I mean, it's certainly nothing you need to buy at all. I mean, you don't need to buy a Carrack, it'll be available in-game at some point. Inside Star Citizen looked at go, no-go meetings and choices, with features getting pushed back if they're not ready for prime time, as well as looking at the player status system. So in 3.9, you're going to have to protect yourself from the elements, such as the cold of microtech. You'll want to wear different gear to protect you there. You'll also need to eat and drink to keep healthy, and there are buffs and debuffs too, based on your sort of like current status. If you're too cold, you will eventually die, but you'll experience various forms of debuffs. If you're hungry, if you're thirsty, again, this will slowly get worse and worse and worse, but little buffs you can get from eating energy bars will keep your stamina higher longer, that sort of stuff. There was a little hint at something from Origin, a new concept ship or straight-to-flyable ship or vehicle coming soon. At the moment, I'm thinking Origin Rover, but it could be a lot of different things from Origin. There's the potential that maybe it's the 100 series is ready. It could be the 200 series of Origin ships going into concept, whatever that would be. It could be ground vehicles of lots of different types. It could be a new Origin capital ship for all we know. And that's sort of it for this week. 3.9 is just around the corner, in fact, around a month away, with Evocati and PTU, the test universe, coming sooner than that. I'm interested to know what you are looking forward to. Did you sort of like the content that CIG are putting out recently when it comes to roadmaps and Inside Star Citizen and Star Citizen Live? Have you been playing Alpha 3.8.2 or with the new Carrack? Ooh, Carrack. I do like the Carrack. I do think it's really cool. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below, whatever your thoughts are. Please also check out my links below if you're interested in grabbing a VPN. NordVPN is a great VPN for security, safety, and utility. Also, if you're looking for a gaming rig for Star Citizen, instead consider Shadow. It's an affordable cloud service that gives you access to a Windows 10 gaming PC over the powers of the internets. So check that out. Boom! Thanks for watching. Do that liking, subscribing, and considering becoming a YouTube member thing to support the channel if you wish. Feedback always appreciated. Today is also the last day you can get into the February giveaway for that Cutlass Black and Cutlass Red upgrade for that as well, so you can have it as either ship if you want, or whatever. If you want to apply that upgrade or melt it down for store credit, whatever you want to do, just comment on any of my videos made during this month to have a chance at winning that, and I will announce the winner probably on the 1st of March, if I get time, maybe the 2nd of March, because tomorrow is a Sunday.